Yo guys, what's going on? It's Yellow Falcon here, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make thumbnails in GIMP. GIMP is an absolutely free software. I'll leave the download link in the description. But it's not as good as Photoshop, but it can be as good as Photoshop if you really learn how to use the software. So let's get started. So once you open up your GIMP, newly downloaded GIMP or old downloaded GIMP, you're gonna have a few toolboxes and it's gonna look kind of weird. So this is where your actual project will be, on this little box. And then here is the layers and gradients. You're gonna want to stay on the layers page so you know what's going on. You can decrease and increase the opacity here. There's a lot of other things. I don't really use this other than channels, but I just like to stay on the layers page. The toolbox is the most important tool in my opinion, just because, wait, why did we reach over there? Like, all your tools are here, your sizing tool, your moving tools, so you're gonna want to keep the toolbox. So if you ever lose any of your like toolboxes or layers tools, just go to Windows, recently closed docs, and you can press new toolbox, layers and gradients, and you can do all that. So now that you know what everything is, let's get into the actual thumbnail making. So up on your toolbar here, you're gonna want to go File, New. You're gonna want to make the width 1280, 1280, and then the height 720. So that's HD. So now that you got your little slate here, you're going to want a background. You can download a background from the internet, or you can actually just make one with gradients. I'm going to make one with gradients. So you see these two boxes, they're black and white, probably default, but I'm going to click on these. And now I'm going to change the color of the first box. So now when you're creating a gradient, you have to think about which two colors blend well together. And I think of gray and black, no matter how eerie and sounds, but I like that combination. So we're gonna put the gray like right there. That's a good gray. And now we gotta use black, but we're gonna make the black slightly, that's a little too light. There we go. Alright, now we got gray and black going for us here. Sorry I keep poking at this. That's the recording thing, and I want to be sure it's still recording. Okay, so we got these two colors. So now that after you change the colors to whatever you wanted it to, you have to find your blend tool. Your blend tool is a square, and it's like fading, a faded square, so you want to double click on that. And now it's going to bring up tool options. Here you can decrease the opacity, change the shape, repeat. I usually only mess with the shape. So we can either do square or radial. I'm going to go with radial. Okay, so once you choose the shape and everything you want to do, next you want to find the center of the page. So the center of the page, I think, is right, where is it? I think it's right there. Either that or right here. No, it's right here. Alright, now that we're at the center of the page, now you want to click and drag to one of the corners. I'm just going to do the bottom right. And now we have our background here. So looking pretty nice. It's looking pretty nice. So now that we have our background, we want to know how to get text on here. So I'll be showing you what I do to get text next. So what you want to do is you want to open Firefox or whatever browser you use. So just open that up. And next you want to Google cool text. You can Google cool text or look it up in your browser. I found it by Googling cool text just so I could find cool text. So next you want to click on cool text logo and graphics generator. So click on that. Next you should be able to be at the site with all the logo styles and all that. So you can choose any logo you want. I'm just going to choose Keen. Hold up, it was lagging a bit because it looks basic and nice. Get to the screen of the actual text you want to use. You're gonna type in the words that are gonna come out. So I'm gonna put in GIMP, all caps, GIMP thumbnail tutorial. Yeah, that's how you spell tutorial. School's coming up, man, and I'm not ready. Alright, so this might not be, if you go into Keen, this might not be the same text, but you can always change the same font. This might not be the same font, but you can always change the font here. There's many different options to choose from, but I like the font that's already there because I used it for a previous video. See, let me just be sure to enter. Oh, what did I do? There we go. I'm just gonna delete that up there. Alright, GIMP thumbnail tutorial. So after you type in the words you wanted to use, now you're gonna go into logo. Next toolbar, and you could change the colors. You can use a gradient, but I'm really not going to use a gradient. It looks cool in gold though. So I'm going to change the start and end color. I'm thinking of going a really like reddish orange, so like right there. Ooh, yeah, that looks nice. And then the end color, I'm gonna make it a bright yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna make the yellow a bit brighter though. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so after you choose the two colors you actually want, you're gonna change. You can change the outline color if you really want to, but I'm just gonna change the width. So let's increase the width 3, 4. Yeah, I like 4. 4 really pops out at you. There's two other tabs, shadow and image, but I don't really mess with those. You can figure it out. You can try to like mess with those if you want, but I'm not a fan of messing with those. So we got our logo. So next you want to press create logo. Now we're in the create logo section, and there's edit image, download image, and all that stuff. Just click download image, and it'll come up with this opening cool text, numbers, PNG. You're going to want to save the file. Alright, so next you're going to want to, because my computer downloads stuff surprisingly fast, so I'm just going to click on the display progress. I'm going to drag it to my desktop so I don't have to go through the trouble of looking for it that whole time. Alright, so now that we have it on our desktop, see the cool text we just did. Check out okay, no thank you. But so now we have to figure out how to get the text into the slate. So what you want to do is go to File, Open as Layers. You want to go to the desktop because that's where I saved it, and you want to scroll down until you find the right cool text. I already have some saved from previous videos that didn't work out. So we found it, it's right here, so we're gonna just press open. And ta-da, it is on our page. So now look at the layers tabs. We have our first layer, which is this. So now we're gonna wanna move it. So click the move tool. It's like a compass sort of thing with arrows. You're gonna wanna click on that and grab it, but I was stupid and I didn't select. I was selecting the backgrounds, because if you select the background, you'll be moving the background instead of the actual cool text. Then I select the cool text, I'll move this, and it's kind of small. I noticed that it's kind of small, so I kind of want to resize it, make it a little bigger. So how you do that, we must ask? Well, we have to select the scale tool. The scale tool is a square with a diagonal arrow. Hold on, let me just check. Okay, it's a square tool with a diagonal arrow like going across it, so you just want to click on that, then click on the GIMP thumbnail tutorial or whatever text, and it'll give you an option to scale. You can either type in the width and the height, but I just like to mess around with it a little. Let's see, what's a good size? We're gonna want to make it relatively large. Okay, that looks good. How did that look? I think that looks pretty nice. That looks pretty good. I want to add the GIMP logo. So I think I already have the GIMP logo saved on my desktop. Yeah, I do. See, it's right there. So we just repeat the process. If you wanted to look up on the internet, it's basically the same thing. You just go on the internet, look up for the picture you want, you save it, and then after you save it, you go to File, Open as Layers. Let me just check. Yep. Open as Layers. Then you want to find the picture, which is this, the GIMP icon, and I'm gonna open it. Now it comes out pretty huge, so now we have to scale it again. So grab your scale tool, click on the GIMP face or whatever picture you chose, and you're gonna want to just mess around with it. Try to get it be small enough so it'll actually fit on the page. Now we got this here. We got this nice little GIMP logo here. I'm just gonna move it a little bit. There we go. So now that we got the GIMP logo, okay, I have to size it one more time. I'm sorry. That's the wrong thing. Just click on that. And there we go. That should be good, because I'm gonna put text on the bottom too, so I want to be sure it fits. So that should be all right. There we go. That's good. I like that. I like it. Okay, so now that we got our GIMP face here, we're gonna wanna. I have a few other items saved from the past of me recording. So let's see. So I'm gonna go to File, Open as Layers, and I'm gonna bring in a speech bubble. So this speech bubble, it's gonna make it look like the GIMP logo is saying something, but I really don't want that white outer edge part on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the speech bubble layer if it's not selected already. I'm gonna go to Layer, Transparency. If there isn't an alpha channel, I would add the alpha channel, so I'm just gonna remove alpha channel, Layer, Add alpha channel, and then I'm gonna go to my little magical wand, the fuzzy select tool, and I'm gonna click on the outer part of the speech bubble, and it's gonna have like a little some sort of, I don't know what to call that, like a beady line going across it, but that's normal. That's what's supposed to happen. So after that, you go to edit, on the toolbar, and then you press clear. So now the outer part is done. So then you're gonna go to select none, and ta-da, there we have the perfect speech bubble. Now I want to size this to make it bigger, so we're gonna do a little review. Click on the scale tool, and we're gonna size this.
3 weeks later.
Alright guys, so I got it the way I actually wanted it to. So now we're just gonna import another cool text I created. It looks like the other one, it's just a different style. So here it is. I'm just gonna import that, file, open as layers. Okay, so now that it's behind both of those two and it needs to be overlapping, I'm gonna grab the layer I just imported, and I'm gonna put it over the GIMP logo and the speech bubble, and I'm gonna put it over. So now that it's over, I'm gonna select my select tool, and I'm gonna try to put it inside of the speech bubble. It's not really fitting, so now we have to go back to the scale tool, and we're gonna scale it in. Just moving it around a bit. Now I'm just gonna put it, is this still recording? Yeah, it is. Alright, so let's see. So now we're gonna go to background, and that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna move it over a bit. See, this is how I always create thumbnails. I'm very picky about everything, which really sucks, but you get used to it. Alright, so now I got this here. I got a nice little start, but there's only 2 more things I need to add, and I'm just gonna skip to the part once I add those 2 because there's nothing really new I'm doing. So we'll see you guys once I finish the thumbnail. Alright guys, so I finally finished the thumbnail. It didn't take too long, but all I really added was this Apple Mac logo because that's what I'm using, and helps gain an audience faster, which is actually true, guys. If you have a really good thumbnail for a video, people will click on it and be like, that's a really good thumbnail. Maybe they put as much work into this thumbnail as they did in their video. So now that we finished our thumbnail, let me just check. Yes, we're still on. So now that we finished the thumbnail, we're gonna try to export it or save it. You can do whichever one. I like to export it and leave this page open as I upload it to YouTube. So we're gonna go to File, Export As, All Export Image. We're gonna go down to All Export Images. We're gonna scroll down until you see JPEG image, and then we're gonna change the name, just GIMP Thumb Tutorial. Then we're gonna press a dot, period, and then JPEG, just because I like being organized like that. So then we're gonna move up to wherever you want to save it. I'm just gonna save it to my desktop, and we're gonna press Export. Now it's gonna give you a quality meter. I'm just gonna put it on 100 because my computer can handle it. If your computer can't handle it, that's fine. You don't need to go to 100, but I'll just go to 100. And I just like to leave this open until I upload it to YouTube. But you guys, it's really basic to upload a thumbnail to YouTube. You just while it's uploading, you'll see a custom thumbnail button, and you just gotta click on that. So now we're gonna open our beautiful thumbnail here. I leave GIMP open just in case I want to change something. And here is our thumbnail. It looks pretty nice. I'm very proud of how it turned out. So I'm gonna leave this video off here. If it helped you, don't forget to slap that like button. And if you want to see more tutorials from me, then just leave one in the comment. I only use GIMP, so if you want to see a GIMP tutorial, then just don't forget to leave it in the comments. And thank you guys for the support on my last video. Really appreciate it. Got a lot of nice comments from you guys. And if you guys want me to create any certain videos, just let me know, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.